And I'm sharing my screen. So, congratulations, Britt Baker. You are freaking killing it. You are seriously killing it. Success Club 16 between her and her spouse account this month. And she just locked in Diamond this month, today, for when did you sign up as a coach? Do you remember?
I think the 23rd or 22nd. I don't
The
know.
23rd or 22nd. It has not even been a full month yet, I don't think. And she just locked in Diamond. Congratulations. That's amazing. I seriously, like, blown away by you. And what I love about her is that on more than one occasion, we've had the conversation of, I don't want people to think I'm just signing them up to make money. Like, this is not about money for her. This is about actually helping people. And I think that that is going to take her a really, really long way in this business. So Holly, Ashley, Taylor, Ellie, all diamonds leading this team, all have locked in Success Club. I just kind of want to point that out, guys. The people that are on this team that have locked in Success Club are all diamonds. You've got to be pushing for Success Club to be successful in this business. You've got to be doing the things. You've got to be, Success Club is kind of what drives this business. As you guys know, August incentive is the Sweat Squad tank. So if you haven't locked that in yet and you want to, there's still opportunity. And our VIP coach training starts on Monday. Our free group also starts on Monday, so I want to make sure you guys have started inviting to that. If you have any questions, message me or your upline. Shout outs to Top Team Volume. Kat, you are leading the team with Team Volume this week, and Meg, you are leading the team with Personal Volume for this month. So congratulations to both of you, and you guys are doing amazing. Coach Summit 2020, New Orleans, July 15th to the 19th. Get there. If you can get there, get there. And we have space left in the house, so reserve your spot in the house and come hang out with us. It'll be a party, literally. Like, it's like a party every single year, and it's super fun.
Can I say something real quick, Steph?
Yeah.
I know I said it before, but we have so many new faces on this call. So I live in Birmingham, and we're only like 4 hours from New Orleans. So if it's cheaper to fly into Birmingham, which I'm 99% sure in most cases it will be, I'm pretty sure that I'm going, like 99% sure, but haven't had the money to put it towards that yet. If you want to fly to me and drive together, I know me and Kat have talked about it. That's an option too.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, there's that. All right, we're talking about pictures today. So my presentation's not fancy at all because I didn't have time to make it fancy. But we're going to be talking about taking photos that are, we always say these things. I'm going to stop sharing because I want to see your faces. We always talk about how we want scroll stopping pictures, right? Like, what does that even mean, right? What the heck is a scroll stopping photo? A scroll stopping photo is a photo that is clear, it is bright, it is inviting, it is reflective of you. It actually makes sense for your brand, which we'll like kind of touch on tonight. This is not a call on branding, but it is just, it's a good photo. Basically, it's just a good photo. People are more likely to engage on a good photo than they are a photo that's just like, looks like it was taken with like your flip phone in 1999. So the more time and little bit of effort you put into your photos, the more engagement you're going to have on social media, the more you're going to look like a leader on social media. I mean, you can, and a great way to compare yourself, and I know, don't compare yourself, like we always tell you not to do that, but I think it's a good thing to always like give yourself a self audit every once in a while. And someone gave me the idea to pull up top coach Ashley Molstead. Don't do this yet. Give yourself a couple weeks of good photos first, okay? Don't do this yet. But pull up Ashley Molstead on half your screen, and on the other half of your screen, pull up your social media and scroll through them and see unbiased opinion, who would you sign up with as a coach? Would you sign up with this vibrant girl who's always sharing amazing, fun photos and looks like extremely cute and like bright and cheery and happy all the time? Or are you going to sign up with you? What are you portraying? And it's okay if you would say, I would sign up with me in a heartbeat because that girl's crazy and she says the F-bomb and she does all these things. She's amazing. But she is her brand and she shares that like all day long. So find someone that you kind of relate to and do a self-audit. Put yourself next to them. But we're going to talk tonight about taking some scroll-stopping photos. This number one. Okay, everybody, I want you all a piece of paper because this is like your checklist while you're taking photos. Okay? Everybody get their piece of paper. And number one thing, this might seem really, really obvious, but I can even look at some of your cameras right now. Like Holly, your camera looks like it's got a fingerprint on it. Like your computer camera probably has a fingerprint on it. You can tell by the
camera, and I'm like, no, that's Milo.
But like you can just tell. Wipe your camera lens. Wipe your camera lens every single time you take a photo. No matter when you take a photo, always wipe off your camera lens. Because you could take the best photo in the world. I think I just got a pen on my face. But you could take the best photo in the world, and if you have a smudge on your camera, you ruined it, and you won't even see it until you go inside, outside. Like if you took it outside and you're in the sun, you had like a smudge on, and you can't really see your phone. You go in, you're like, crap, I had a smudge on my. Like totally distorts the photo, makes it look cloudy and hazy. So that seems really obvious, but get in the habit of always wiping off your lens every single time you take a photo. Number two. Okay, I'm going to share my screen just for this slide for a second. We're going to talk about the rule of thirds for 1 second. Do you see, okay, your phone has this setting. If it's not on right now, it has the setting. You can go into settings, like general settings in your phone, and go to camera and put on the grid. And you can put the grid on your phone. So when you're taking photos of something, for especially social media, like for Instagram, this is really going to be helpful for you. Using the rule of thirds is, it's not really a rule. It's kind of like a guide. And do you see how in this picture, the person is along one of the lines and the horizon's along the other line, another line? Using these lines to line up the subjects in your picture make you draw attention to what you want, like to the focus of the photo. So imagine a grid that divides your photo into like 9 parts. If your phone doesn't have this grid on it, most of them do, but imagine it into like 9 parts. The intersection points along the lines, those are where you want to draw focus. The intersection points and having like, so a person along one of those thirds or your horizon straight along one of the others. Somebody's in the chat. I'm just going to say, didn't even know this was a thing. Just turn it on. Yeah, it actually really helps. And it just helps the composition of your picture, so that you're not always like selfie, middle of the photo. And it's going to make your grid look a little bit more professional. Okay, so let me go back to the presentation, see if there's anything on here I want to share right now. Okay, lighting. So lighting is huge. Natural lighting versus flash lighting or versus lighting from in the house. For example, in the morning when I work out, I open a window and I put my computer and I put my phone in front of the window and I turn off all the lights in my house. It's pretty much dark in my house, but that window light is all I need for my videos and my photos to look white versus yellow. The lights in the house make you look kind of yellow versus natural lighting will make you look white. Like not white, but you know what I mean, like crisp and clean. So hold on, let me see what I got here. A general rule to follow is to make sure that the primary source of light, whatever your primary source of light is in your photo, is the sun or a light bulb. Okay? That it's if you are the focus, it's in front of you. It is, if you are not the focus, if you're taking picture of like your Energize or something like that, if you're taking picture of an object, the light needs to be behind the camera lens. So if you're taking a picture of yourself, the light needs to be behind the camera lens. Does that make sense? You always want the light behind the camera lens. So if you are outside taking a photo, you face the sun, you count to 3 and you open your eyes so that you can keep your eyes open facing the sun, but you face the sun if you're taking a photo of yourself. You always want the light source to be in front of the subject. Play around with this a little bit. At nighttime, you're going to get a really fun glow. I highly recommend like everyone take one night and go outside at like 7:30ish around here. I don't know what time sun sets for everybody, but when the sun is like starting to go down, the lighting is amazing. Golden hour, that's exactly what it's called. It's called golden hour. It's sunrise or sunset, but half you guys are up at sunrise. But they call it golden hour because it's like a soft glow and you just get amazing photos. So that's, if you're taking photos outside, that's a really great option. But if you're taking photos inside, you want to do natural lighting. So it's usually midday in front of a window. If you're taking photos in your house, these are my tips. Put your phone in the window. Literally put your phone in the window. Use forward facing, set a timer, step backwards. Same with if you're doing Instagram stories. Anytime you're using a camera, these tips play the same role. Don't ever put your back to the window. Don't ever put your back to the window because you're going to look very old and tired. So always have your face facing a window. If it's dark and you don't have a Diva light, do you guys even know what a Diva light is? That fancy thing over there that's like glowing, that's a Diva light. So that's mine. But you can get them in all different sizes. Yeah, I see some people showing their Diva lights. But Ashley, if you were to take a picture right now, your Diva light is on this side and you're dark on one side. So if turn your computer so that the Diva light's in front of you. Do you guys see the difference that makes? When the light source is straight in front of you, it makes a huge difference. Yeah, Katie, I see you doing the same thing with your camera. You want the light source to be directly in front of you. If you don't have a Diva light, get an LED light bulb. They're like $4 at the store. Put it in a lamp and put the lamp at eye level and take your photos that way. That's a great way to have a knockoff. So what if it's dark outside? My workout videos always look blah. Hit 2-star and I will get you a Diva light, Miss Meg. But if like I said, if it is dark outside, LED lighting at eye level is really going to help with that the lighting issues that you're having. I got a mini one off of Amazon for like $30 and it has a tripod. Does it work well? Yeah. Awesome. I never know if they're going to work well or not. I just know mine work great.
I did it in January. It's like a 3-day thing with shakes and it supposed to detox your body.
Oh yeah? Then I work out at 4 or 5. It's still dark. Then what should I do then? Again, I would do that light at your eye level. The down lighting, so if you have recessed lighting in your ceiling or anything like that, those can be really harsh lighting and just kind of make you look drab. But I mean, you do what you got to do if there's no light, you know what I mean? But just in the best case scenario, they even have, those lights that you can get at Walmart that it's on a pole and then it has a little thing at the top and usually has one bulb and then one that changes. Even one of those that you could use more like a spotlight would probably be awesome for a reasonable price. Yes, everyone needs a Diva light. Diva lights are what drove me in this business in the beginning. Ace is like, I have a $5 Walmart, right? There you go. So let me, hold on, I'm going, no flash, okay? Don't use the flash on your camera. We're gonna be talking about how to edit photos, so we're going to get into like brightening up photos and stuff like that. But using the flash in your photo is usually worse than editing. So a lot of people are like, don't over edit your photos. True, don't over edit your photos. But at the same time, the flash is usually going to overexpose your skin. So it's going to white you out and you can't correct that. And it's sometimes going to give you red eyes and just kind of like distort the photo. So general rule of thumb, no flash. I'm looking here. No zooming. These are all my tips. No zooming on your phone. Do not use the zoom feature on your phone. When you zoom with the digital phone, it actually pixelates the photo. So you would be better to actually just take the photo and crop it to where you want it to be. If you want it to be very close, try to get closer rather than zooming, like take the steps, because zooming in is actually going to distort the photo. We're going to talk about editing. When you are saving photos. So if, say for example, we went to Summit, we got a whole bunch of photos, and you guys want to save them and edit them so you can post them. Do not screenshot the photos. Do not go on and screenshot the photos and then try to edit them. You will ruin the quality of the photos, and it is super obvious. You really cannot edit a screenshot. It needs to be a raw photo from your camera roll. So all you need to do is download the photos. Download them, save them. If you have a photo, maybe it's on your computer or it's on your phone that you want to transfer to your computer, send it to yourself. Don't screenshot and share, like airdrop it or whatever, but keep the quality of your photo, because the more you share it and tweak it, you're going to ruin the photo and it'll look pixelated. And then I think Taylor was having this issue the other day. She got on Instagram and it like totally distorted her photo. The more raw the photo can be when you put it into a platform, the more it'll stay looking like it does. I want to know you can stop and still pictures work. Okay, get creative. If you do not have a tripod, go freaking get one. Like, everyone needs a tripod. A tripod that's tall and not just a little desk tripod. I really recommend getting a tall tripod that you can take like outside to work out. You can use it inside to work out. You can get it to like eye level with you. And a lot of them even have like a little remote so that you can like hit the remote and it'll take your picture without having to like go and push the button every time. But if you don't have one, get creative. For example, I could easily forward face my camera so I can take a picture this way, prop it right here, and take a picture while I am sitting here at my desk, okay? Get creative with it. I've seen where they put a phone in a jar of jelly beans to make it stand upright. I have been part of, at our Upgraded Alliance retreat, we had a tripod, but then we twisted it and hung it from a ceiling fan so we could get a picture of us laying on the floor. Like, get creative with your photos. Tripods are really cool too, because when you have the tripod, it lets you like tilt your phone so that you can be laying on the ground and like tilt your phone this way to get different angles of your workouts, because no one wants to see the same thing on social media every time. A tip for your pictures on social media, especially for Instagram: no one wants to see your face, your face, your face, your face, your face, okay? If you have a grid of 9 pictures, none of them touching should be the same pose, okay? That's a really good rule of thumb. None of them touching should be the same pose. So no 2 touching photos should be a selfie. No 2 photos should be a transformation. No 2 touching photos should be, these are just my tips. You do whatever you want, but these are my tips. I would recommend no two touching photos be like similar workout pictures. Like do different poses, do different things, and make sure that all those photos look cohesive and different. Because you'll go to some girls' photo Instagram pictures and everyone's the same picture, right? Down the entire feed. So those are my tips on that. Now we're going to talk about editing. And I'm just pulling up the Lightroom editing page and we're going to go through it together. So all of you have downloaded the Lightroom app, right? Did anyone not download the Lightroom app yet? Okay. If you haven't, go into your app store real quick. There's a free version of it. So download the app called Lightroom. This is the only app I use for editing my pictures. This is all I do with it. I have the paid version, so I'm not 100% positive if all of the features I have are available on yours. So that's the only thing we're going to have to like figure out while we're going through this. But I have the paid version because my husband is a photographer, not because I think I need it. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, I wish I could do this and see all of you at the same time. So the Lightroom app, when I pull it up on my phone, is super, super simple to use once you get the hang of it, okay? It's going to give you the option to edit your photos, crop your photos, and it keeps the quality of your photos. If you've ever used another photo like Instabeauty or anything like those things, once you resave those photos, it's usually the quality is a lot less than your original photo, right? I don't even remember the other ones that I used in the past. But when you saved your photo, it was usually like pixelated, it looked grainy. This will not do that. This will keep your photos clear and crisp. And if you have a Mac, it will sync with your computer and your phone if you want to put it on your computer. So first things first is, this doesn't even show this. So first things first is you want to upload your photos into your Lightroom. So in Lightroom, I hope you guys all have your phones. But in Lightroom, you can have it sync two ways. I highly recommend not syncing it to your camera roll because it takes up a lot of space on your phone. I had that for a really long time, but I recommend not syncing it to your camera roll. And in the bottom corner, there's just a little button that says Add Photos. So you can add photos and it'll pull up your camera roll and you can add which photos you want to add. So let's all add one photo into our camera roll or into our Lightroom that we can play with and edit. I'm just going to use one from the other day. Most of mine are edited already. Okay, I'll use this one. This one's actually a really good one for you guys, for me to show you guys. So this is one of just my big old belly, okay? And my Energize and standing in front of a white wall. I have like marks on my belly that I don't like to show. They're like scar blister marks. And then I also like to use my preset. So, but when I use my preset, it makes my Energize look white. So I have to make some edits with all of my pictures. So first things first, you all have a picture open? Click down at the bottom where it says crop. Okay, down at the bottom where it says crop. There's a button that says straighten. Try to remember to do this on almost all your photos. It doesn't always automatically straighten it the best, but straightening your photos is going to make all of your photos look not like they were taken like this on social media. It depends on how close your object is, if there's anything that it can balance in the background, but it'll straighten your photos out. So then you click the little check mark to save it, and it'll save that straighten. Then you can go back and click crop again, and crop the photo to whatever you want to. On the far left side, it'll even give you the option to like crop it per the 1x1 to make it a square for Instagram. So that way you know exactly what it's doing. You guys following? I got some weird faces. I'm going to crop mine for Instagram just for purpose of this. So it makes it a square. Please feel free to ask questions along the way. Like unmute yourself and ask a question.
It says like 1x1. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
1x1, so it'll be a square.
Gotcha.
Okay. So there's obviously the auto feature, which is going to automatically do whatever it wants to do to your photo. But I highly recommend taking the time to go through a few photos in the beginning and make your brand. This is where you're going to set your tone for your photos, and you can create your own preset. You can go out and buy a preset if you want to. Etsy has presets you can buy and upload into this software. It doesn't work with everything. It doesn't work with every photo, so you're going to have to still know how to do this type of stuff, but you don't have to buy something. You can easily do this on your own. So go into the light where it says light at the bottom. And where it says light, you're going to be able to change a few things. Exposure is going to make it brighter or darker. So if you are in like low lighting, you can just bump it up. I'm not telling you to slide that thing over. I'm bumping it up to like 0.1 maybe at the max. For me, that's too much. Like mine's like 0.6 to brighten mine up as much as I would want to brighten it. But every photo is going to be a little different with these. So then the contrast is either going to make your photo look very vibrant or kind of really soft. My husband should be doing this call for us.
Daddy.
Hi.
I saw the sky. It has a big candy sky.
There's a big candy sky outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go, like, I guess it depends on, like, how you want to go, depending on the picture that you took, like, whether you want to go to the left or the right?
So it's going to depend on how you want your photos in general to look. So whatever you do, I would be consistent with it. Like, don't do one high contrast and one low contrast. Like, kind of figure out what your vibe is going to be with your
So
photo.
that's keeping kind of like the preset of your phones, is
Yes.
this?
Yes. So this is basically like you're creating your own filter or your own preset. Okay?
Mommy.
So
hold on, but if you have a preset, sorry.
yeah.
I have my preset, you know, and sometimes like, okay, for instance, the summit pictures that we had were so white, and like mine is more like my preset is a little bit more, you know, like, I don't know, orangey toned, I guess you would like.
Mhm.
It's the airy one. So I had to go in there and I had to like take
Change it.
down the light exposure. Not that I'm but I don't know, like, now that you said that, like, I've switched a couple of them, but
Yeah, if
I don't know if I was
it's going to depend on
consistent
each
with,
photo.
like,
Each photo, like, it's going to depend because, like, inside lighting and outside lighting, your preset's going to look completely different. So you will have to change them a little bit, but having a base to work with is usually, like, a good spot. So, and the light is what you're going to change more of. So I'm going to show you the other part we're going to look at. So, like, what we're looking at right now is what you're going to have to kind of play with every photo. But you can bring down the shadows, bring up the shadows. So bring down the whites and bring down the blacks or whatever it is your photo needs. Especially if you like take a photo in bright light with black clothes on, you might want to bring down the blacks so that you don't look like your pants are see-through and stuff like that. You can kind of do those types of things here. And you're going to have to play with it, okay? You're going to have to play with it, each photo. But if you go to the next little thing and click on color, this is where I think you guys are going to have fun. So you kind of notice that my pictures on Instagram are very white, right? I take a lot of the yellows out. I take a lot of the greens out. What?
I want to watch Rainbow.
Okay, go tell Daddy. It's called Inside Out. Go tell Daddy. Go tell Daddy.
No, what is it?
It's called Inside Out. Tell him you want to watch Bing Bong called Inside Out on your phone.
No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
presets on a handful of photos, and then I paste it onto something else, and I'm like, ugh, like my skin looks bright orange washed out, and I end up like changing all of my presets. So that's why I haven't been using them lately. I've been like copying and pasting one, I don't know, one filter, if you will, from Lightroom onto all my photos, and like turning up, basically I turn up the black and turn up the purple and turn up the clarity. And like, that's how my photos have been lately. But I was just telling Holly I need some more presets. But anyways, sorry, continue.
I only use one too that I made. So I just copy and paste my one preset on everything. And then I adjust it as needed. But so under color though, in the top right corner, do you guys see a little rainbow that says mix? Yeah? Okay. So you're going to click on color. I see Kat saying no. Click on color on the bottom. Did you click on color? And then in the top right corner of the, like, right here, in the middle of your screen, it should say mix. Should have like a little rainbow swirl. Kat's not seeing it. Send your screenshot to somebody and maybe they can help you. Like to Ashley Dart or Taylor or somebody. Once you're in there, you're going to see all the colors. These are all the colors that are actually in the photos, okay? So for me, I would go into yellow and I would pull down the yellow, the saturation of the yellow. So that way my hair looks whiter. So that the background, my walls look whiter. So that my shiplap looks whiter. So everything, my bedspread doesn't show any of the stains. It's all white, okay? So you can bring it down. You bring down the saturation and you bring up the luminance. And it'll make, it kind of just whites everything out. But it does white out Energize. So you have to be careful playing with Energize with that. Yeah, it totally whitens your teeth too when you bring down the yellows.
What was that thing again? Sorry, I missed that part.
This is, okay, so if you click on color at the bottom.
Yep.
And then you click on that little scroll that looks like a rainbow in the right.
Yep.
And then you can go through each color.
Oh. Cool.
So rather than like doing all of the colors at once, when you just click on that color button, you can go through the individual colors. I really like when I'm doing outside ones to play with the blues and greens too, because you can make the sky look bluer, you can make the greens look brighter, or you can white it out like I do for Instagram. I'm pissed my dog is so orange. He needs his hair done. So you can play with those colors to like, everybody's going to be different because of your hair colors and your skin tones and stuff like that. The orange is touchy. Be very careful with the orange. I wouldn't really play with the hue of orange at all, but you can play with the saturation and the luminance to kind of give yourself a little tan. But be careful because you can get orange real fast. Don't really mess with the hue though, because you'll go yellow or you'll go red. But saturation and luminance, that helps. The red will help take out like red pigments in your skin if you have it, but it will be,
The app is super cool.
yeah, it is. But just be very careful with taking the red out because it'll take out your red lips and it'll turn them gray. So you got to be careful playing with them. The smallest little tweaks is all it's going to take. If you are doing anything that is very white, it probably has blues in it and it probably has purples in it. So going in and just pulling out the saturations, you can see where the blues and the purples lie, that you could pull out those colors to make your photos really crisp. Are we doing this before or after applying our preset? This is creating your preset. And so if you have a preset already, you can go through and tweak it however you want. But this is like, if you're not using a preset, this is what I would do to make my photo how I want it to look. Okay, then moving over, if you guys click on effects down here, do you see where it says effects? Do you guys have that? Please tell me if for some reason, I see Taylor saying yes. Please tell me if for some reason you don't have any of these things. I don't know what's not included. So the clarity. there's days, girls, where we've got a few pimples on our face, right? So you can bring down the clarity and it'll soften your whole photo. Be careful with this. This is where over editing gets a little crazy and looks real fake. So don't make yourself look fake. But if you're having one of those days and you're like, I just have like my whole face is broken out, bring down the clarity a little bit. It'll soften the photo. Or if you like the harshness or there's a reason you want that like harshness for whatever, bring up the clarity. Sarah Hallis, she used to do like, she upped her clarity, and Taylor ups her clarity. So it just kind of like gives it more of like a edgy vibe when you're looking at the photos. You can change the textures. A vignette is what that dark circle that comes around the side of your photo, which you can it'll be like a white circle or a dark circle depending on which direction you go. If you like that, I'm not a fan. How do I get rid of the bags under my eyes? There is a feature. I don't know if you guys have it. So you see where it goes auto, light, color. Going the other direction, do you guys have profiles, crop, healing? Do you have healing? No, you guys don't have healing. Okay. The paid version, I'm going to show you guys just so you can kind of see. I'm going to try to show you. So the paid version has this tool called healing. And this is where my spot is on my belly. Do you guys see those spots? Those are blister scars, and I don't like them. So I can literally go in here. Hold on. Oh gosh, what is it doing? Okay. So I can go in here and I can mark this little area and it'll pull a different area and completely get rid of those lines. So that works for blemishes. It works for like scars. It works for anything. I mean, sometimes you need to put yourself some pasties on here, like whatever you got to do. It works for like removing small, like things you don't want on your photos. Maybe you have a stain on your shirt. It'll just it's called healing. So it'll take that little spot out and cover it with a different part of your photo. And you can choose which section you want it to cover. So it does work for wrinkles. It does work for bags. Okay, now let me see what else I want to show you guys. Nothing, I don't think. I think that's pretty much all I want to show you guys in terms of what's there. You guys see the top left little buttons? The buttons in the top left. Meg, I'm not sure how much is just for this one. The little buttons in the top left, or top right. I need to know my things. Does it say create preset? Okay, so up there, once you have your photo all set, how you love it, you're going to go in and create preset. You all see that? You good? Okay, you can name it. You can name it like high contrast preset or whatever it is you want to name it. However, like purple one, pink one, however you want to do it. And you can name that preset and save it. So next time, okay, here's another photo, same day, same section. In the bottom, it says presets. I can go in here to presets. I can go pick my preset that I have in here, and it will automatically apply it to that photo. Done. Don't have to do anything else. Save it, move on. So once you create that, that's all you have to do. Issa, you're shaking your head no.
I don't have that option on here.
Taylor, do you have a paid version? Taylor's saying it's there.
I couldn't find the dots at the top. Could you show one more time where you found those?
Right here.
A check mark.
Very top right of the screen. 3 little dots next to a cloud, next to a little box with an arrow.
Do I need to choose something at the bottom? I just have a left arrow at the left and a check mark.
You have to hit the check
You
mark.
have to hit the check mark in the right corner.
Okay,
first.
now I see it.
Oh, I don't have to do that. It's just there for me.
Issa, hit your check mark.
Side note, if you forget, like if you don't save it as a preset, because for whatever reason, I haven't been doing that, but you're like, oh, I know that I edited
Yeah.
This one photo, you guys can't see my screen at all, but I know I edited this one photo. Also, that top right area, you can scroll. The third option is copy settings, and all the settings that you applied to that photo, you can copy, go click on the picture you want it on, and same top right 3 dots, and then you click paste settings. It's basically the same as reapplying that, just in case you don't have it saved as a preset yet. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah,
Can't you
because
also save it as a preset back in
What's
old
that?
photos? Can't you also go back into old photos and still save it as a preset?
yeah, you can. But so say you have your preset and then you have to tweak it because you took a picture outside with weird lighting, so you tweaked it. You can then just go save that and like add that to all those photos that you just took outside without actually, like, you know, you won't ever need to use that same exact thing again. So that way you don't have to have all those presets. So that's usually why that comes in really handy.
Can you go back over real quick when you get a new photo and then you put the preset on?
Yep. So do not, okay, to add a new photo, you're going to click those little buttons at the bottom, the blue buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to add a new photo, pick your photo, and then you're going to bring your photo up. And then in the top right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, to add the preset. So you already saved the preset?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the bottom in your toolbar, there's a button that says presets. It's like if you scroll to the right.
Okay.
And then you'll find it within your preset, like whatever you named it.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then, so when you're exporting these photos, so they're all going to be saved in Lightroom. They won't go anywhere. They're like, it's a cloud-based service. They're all there. To save them, you click on the little like box with the arrow at the top and export it. So you're going to save to camera roll. And it'll save it right to your camera roll. Is this helpful? Is this good? Okay. Do you guys, for Apple, it's $4.99 per month billed to iTunes. That's not bad at all. But Taylor uses this all day long and she doesn't pay for anything. So I don't know if you need it. But the blemishes, so like, you might like that. You might enjoy that fact. Okay, ask questions, guys. What questions do you guys have in regards to photos or anything?
My internet kicked me out. What did I miss about the 3 dots and all
You
that?
have to click the check mark.
Okay.
Click the check mark and then the dots will be there.
How do you guys take these standing still like pictures? Like I've tried to like when I video myself, I try to like stop it and like, but it's always like, I don't know, maybe I just move too fast like a chicken or something.
I don't take photos from my videos. I stop either at the end of my workout or like mid-workout, and I will do that move and hold it and take a picture.
I had the other day, I did have my husband, he took like a bunch of pictures at once and it was able to like capture, which I did good, but he's not around all the time for me.
So are you talking about like a jumping picture?
Yeah, like a jumping picture, ideally, yeah.
So it can't be on portrait mode. It's going to be on regular mode on your camera. So it's going to be regular mode, and so just like photo.
Okay.
10-second timer, and you've just got to time it. You're going to do it like 10 times. But so, and then once you do it, like it'll give you all those options. So like you can like select which one you want. But you just have to like do it and keep trying until you get it.
Also, if you have an iPhone, if you put it in live mode, I just started doing this like 3 days ago. They come out so much clearer.
Okay.
Don't have an iPhone.
Oh.
Okay.
Also, first shots
and rear facing, right? Rear facing, yeah. Forward facing, it's always going to be blurrier.
Yeah, forward facing is always going to be blurrier, unless you have like a brand new iPhone. But the trick also is the lighting. You've got to have that clear, crisp lighting, or your photo is going to come out blurry to begin with. And then if you're trying to move and cut, like it's going to make it worse. So do it in as bright of lighting as you possibly can.
Also, don't feel like bad if you feel super lost right now. And like when you're taking Lightroom, you feel like, holy crap, I'm so overwhelmed right now, because I felt the exact same way when I started using it. I actually kept telling, like when people would be like, oh, just use Lightroom. I'm like, I can't, like, I don't know. I can't do that. So you will get the hang of it. There's always tutorials on YouTube, stuff to Google, stuff like that if you really need some help. Wow, this computer lighting is really making my face look horrifying. So that's good.
You're beautiful.
To Taylor's point, I'm a year into this business and I'm literally writing down notes on how to use Lightroom. So
I'm 3 years. I always learn something new every single day, so it's all good.
Does anybody have any questions? It doesn't have to be about photos, but does anybody have any questions or things they want to bring up?
I think this is going to be fun to play with.
Yeah. But it's one of those things, guys, I like take the time once and learn it. That way it doesn't take you time every day. This should not take you an hour every day. You should be inviting. If you're going to spend an hour doing something, it better not be photos or TikTok. It better be moving your business forward. So make sure, as much as we're having fun in our challenge group with these TikTok videos, you are not wasting your time, please, people.
for anybody that likes the TikTok videos, go watch Jenna's tutorial, because my TikTok stuff has been cut in like a fourth of the timing. And I know a lot of you say that I'm like really good at it. I feel like I'm a total fool doing it, but go watch her video. And I've gotten so much more engagement and conversation out of people because it's fun. It's not just the fitness and the food. It's something that's engaging for people. So don't take a lot of time, like Steph said, but go watch the video because it's super easy.
You definitely get more comfortable with practice with anything, including inviting. So everybody knows.
So as far as like the inviting thing goes, I have it down with people that like I know, or like that I sort of kind of know. Like it's like, oh hey, how you been? Blah 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 blah. But it's the cold market inviting that I'm like, sup, I'm a creeper. So like, how do you do that? How do you cold market? That's my 2-year-old.
Oh, that's yours. I was like, who is that?
Yeah. Oh no, that's my little man.
Oh, okay.
Actually, both of them.
Can I say something about like people in the cold market, and I've just like learned to just don't, like with those people, don't go rushing inviting. Just try to really just talk to them. Like I have a couple girls that I've been talking to now, you know, and just like starting basic conversations with them and just kind of building a little bit. And then if they like something of mine fitness related, then I sit there and be like, hey, like I saw you liked my fitness post. Like, do you have an interest or any fitness goals yourself? Like, you know, instead of just coming off like, hey, you want to join my fitness group? You know, like just the cold market people, I've just introduced myself like you do, and then just kind of leave it at bay, and then just check in. Hey, what's going on? You got anything planned for your weekend? Something simple to keep conversation flowing and going. That's how it's been for me as far as people cold market wise.
So I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to go 2 ways. So, somebody's not muted. So when I first started my business, I was all about the cold message, and it's what built my business, guys. I was not afraid of it, because why are we afraid of what a stranger thinks of us? What is the worst thing that a stranger is going to say to us? No, unfriend you? Cool. What does that do for you? Like that doesn't hurt anything. You know what I mean? They're not your people. So this business, you have to have the skin of a rhino. But at the same time, my strategy now has changed because I'm not so like crazy. But when Jess is laughing as if like, yes, you still are insane. But I when I connect with somebody, I send them a message and I say, hey, it's great connecting with you. Just wanted to say, hey, so you didn't think I was a creeper. Where are you from? And usually within like 5 back and forth messages, I'm inviting them. So it's usually like, oh, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Oh, that's so cool. I'm from New York, but we moved to South Carolina 5 years ago, and we honeymooned here, and oh my gosh, we just fell in love with the area. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a dental hygienist. Oh, that's so cool. I'm a fitness coach. Oh my gosh, I totally need to work out. And it's right there. Like when you lead the conversation, like stay in control. Always ask a question, always respond, and lead the conversation where you want it to go. Oh my gosh, your daughter's so cute. How old is she? Oh, I remember when my son was that old, blah, blah, blah. Lead the conversation wherever you want it to go. I was so busy. I can't imagine how busy you are. And then she's going to be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like lead the conversation wherever you want it to go. Don't just be flat. Hey, how are you? It's great connecting. Like they're not going to reply. They don't care. You've got to kind of talk to them and have a real conversation.
What do you do when you just don't feel like you're connecting with somebody, but they do give you quite a bit of engagement on your pages?
What do you mean?
I started talking to this one girl when I first started coaching, and everything went well. We just normal conversation. Couple weeks in, she's like, oh, hey, I know you live in the same town and I have a job interview. Would you mind watching my daughter? And I'm like, dude, I don't even fucking know you. 3 weeks after that, she sent me a message. Can I borrow a couple bucks so I can get gas to get to my job interview? I ignored that message for 3 days. Like,
so I've had those people too, and I just kind of unfriend them because like they're not your people. You know what I mean? Like, like they're just a waste of your time. So I mean, bless her. We call it bless and release. Bless and release. Like just let those people go. Don't waste your time. I mean, you know it's a waste of your time, so just don't waste your time. That's what I would recommend for those people. And the really cool part about this business is you get to choose who you work with. You get to choose if you want to work with everybody and do everything and run, which is what I did in the beginning, and it made it not fun. It burned bridges. It made some conversations uncomfortable. But at this point, like now you get to choose, like, do you want to work with these people or do you want to, like move on? You know what I mean? So I'm doing a social media overhaul right now, and I am removing anyone out of my newsfeed as I see them who are talking crap about their ex-boyfriends, wives, kids, and their baby daddies. I'm taking out anybody who just is always complaining, bringing me down. If they don't uplift me, if I couldn't see myself being friends with them, or if I couldn't like vibe with them, I don't want them in my newsfeed. So I'm like kind of going through that. So that way I'm building my tribe. Okay. And yeah, I know a lot of you are like, oh, I have 300 friends on Facebook. Well, then maybe it's time to unfriend Uncle Marty's ex-wife because she's crazy. But it doesn't matter if you have 300 friends or if you have 3,000 friends. Make sure your friends are your friends and they're people that are going to support you that you want to support, right? Like build your tribe from day one so that you never have this, like, you never scroll your newsfeed and get depressed. Like, scroll your newsfeed and be happy with who you're talking to and like make this business fun for you. Don't just add people to add people. Make sure, like, I mean, yes, add people every single day. I quickly add via the profile picture. So I just kind of judge a book by its cover, and I'm very harsh about it. I don't add Snapchat filters. I don't add like bar pictures. I don't add, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of see the quality of a person through their picture, how edited they are and everything else. I just try to add normal mamas, and then as soon as I see something in my newsfeed that I don't like, I just remove it. No questions asked. Any other questions? What the fuck's a normal mom? Yes, us, me, you. All right. Any other questions, guys? Nothing at the moment. Why don't we have a little call to action here so that way this call isn't spent just listening and not doing. I want to see everyone's before and after pictures laid next to each other. in our team call. So let's see your photo and let's see your edited photo. Let's see one before and after of an edited photo. And if you want feedback on them while you're once you post it, you can tag me or whatever. We'll do it in the event page for this team call. So if you go to our team page and you click on our events, it'll be in the calendar on there. You can go back to it. Okay? I'll do one of mine too.
Real quick, I just want to congratulate Molly for Emerald today.
You sound like a robot, but what she's trying to say is, congratulations, Molly. Molly totally locked in Emerald today. You,
Sorry, I was cracking up. Service here. That was kind of funny. Thank you.
Really
That sounded crazy.
But congratulations, Molly. And I'm pretty sure I heard some talk about her signing her spouse tonight, which would lock her into Success Club for her first month as a coach. So congratulations. You're doing awesome. Britt, you're leading an amazing team. So I'm super proud of both of you. But okay. All right. Do you guys want to do a boomerang real quick before we jump off? And we have a full week and a couple days left of this month. So everyone better be head down pushing for their goals for August, because August and September are hard months because everybody's going back to school. Everybody's schedule's changing. But y'all, next month, kids are out of the house. Get them set up now so they can be doing the things in September. Okay, let me find Instagram on here. I was getting real ballsy, y'all. I have 4% left on my phone during a call where I needed to share my phone the whole time. Okay. Can't do it that way, just kidding. All right, 1, 2, 3. Got you. All righty. Any other questions before we go? Holly? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Well, then you guys have a great night. Jess, thanks for jumping in, you and your team. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I will see you guys later. Bye.